Hi, this is Bob Kutschbach, owner and broker of Carleton Realty. And I've had a lot of questions recently about how the coronavirus may affect the real estate market. And so I'd like to discuss our opinion. Um, I am a student of history, and so when we study the reaction of Americans to crisis, what we do find is when we're focused on something that could be a health or safety issue to ourselves or our families, we commonly lose perspective or focus on buying or selling a house. So I think it's very predictable that the real estate market will have a downturn here in the next couple months, the near future. I want to talk a little bit about why I think that's so predictable. Already we're having questions, health issues about selling a house. Some sellers no longer want buyers to come through to view the house because if the buyer were contagious, it could affect their family. We've already had sellers not want open houses where large groups of people come in and things like that. All this is very understandable. So I think you'll see some sellers taking their houses off the market. We also have buyers that are concerned, obviously. They're focused more on the children being out of school, that they now are working from home. And so as long as that exists, they probably won't be as focused on going and looking at houses. They also are concerned about what if a member of the family of the house they're viewing would be sick or something like that. So it's very predictable that we'll have a downturn just like we did after September 11th. The closest thing that we've had in recent history would have been World War II, where 19 million Americans went to war, where we were bombed and people were concerned about their own safety. So it's predictable what's likely to happen. There are things, however, that still go on. There are still people who are looking for houses. We have a lot more demand than we have supply. So some of those buyers will not be deterred. Some of those buyers will still want to see houses. There are a couple things, obviously, we can do. For example, our agents are making sure that we sanitize everything, that we ask people to wear booties when showing properties and other things like that. Even masks may become very popular in the future. There are actually some techniques that would cut down on exposure. One of them is more buyers will be looking at virtual tours. So it's extremely important to have the most exposure possible as a seller to have virtual tours up online. So make sure that who's ever selling your house has the virtual tours. There's a technique in real estate called curb offers. That's when a buyer makes an offer and we come to terms on the price, the details, the financing, before the buyer actually sees the house. If the buyer's unsatisfied with the condition of the house, they can void the contract. So that would cut down on the number of showings greatly, and of course the number of houses the buyer would see, making sure that they can agree on terms before they actually go into the house. It really depends on how long the coronavirus lasts, how long it's a health issue, as to how long the real estate market may be in decline. So hard to predict how long it will be, but very predictable that there will be a downturn. Now, from the seller's perspective, especially if they have a vacant house or really need to sell it, you are going to have less inventory. We're already in an inventory crisis. We do have people moving into the state or looking for housing desperately. So there will still be a market, even though it will be probably less than what we've seen in recent years. So hang in there. We think we will come out of this. It's just the timing that's important. So take care of yourselves. Make sure you take all precautions to keep yourself and your family safe. And God bless. Thank you.